Hello, welcome to Yoga Journey. Today's practice is a 30-minute fun yet challenging fun with plows and shoulder stands practice. So as you'll see in this practice, there are also poses that were difficult for me. I just did my best, and I encourage you to just challenge yourself and do your best. I always have so much more fun when I'm trying new things, so I encourage you to use props, maybe a block, or use your hands to push yourself up when you don't have quite enough strength in your legs. Just don't feel defeated. Just see it as a future objective and have some fun. So we're going to start in a child's pose with your arms out in front of you. So just breathe. Start to slow down your breath. Come into an ujjayi breath, so with a slight constriction in the back of your throat, kind of like if you were fogging up a window. And breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your low back and your back ribs. Now come on to your elbows and we'll take a modified cow pose, cat, and come back into child's pose. So come back up onto your elbows, look up, round your back, and come back into child's pose. We're really working the upper back here. So one more time, come up onto your elbows, look up, and come back into child's pose. Now we're going to come all the way up into regular cow pose. Pull your shoulder blades together down your back, then round your back and come back into child's pose. So as you breathe in, come into cow pose, breathe out, round your back and come on down. One more time, breathe in, look up, send your tailbone up, breathe out, round your back and come into child's pose. Now interlace your fingers behind your back. Really stretch those shoulders. I moved my head so that the weight would be on the crown of my head, but be careful with your neck and lift your hips up. Now really be careful with your neck here. For me this felt good, but if it's too much pressure for you, don't do it. Now come on all the way up, sit up on your legs, open up your chest. Now breathe out, come back down, stretch your arms towards the front of your mat. And breathe in, open up your chest, shoulder blades down and together. Breathe out, head to the mat, send your arms towards the front of the mat. Breathe in, open up your chest. Breathe out. One more time, head to the mat, send your shoulders, your hips forward. Alright, so release your hands, send them up to the sky, and then breath in and breathe out. Send your right arm to the right, left arm over, stretch the whole left side of your body. And breathe here. On your next breath in, move your right arm a little bit more behind you and take a back bend variation. You can either look up if that's all right on your neck or just look to the side as I did. Now send your hips back down, send your arms down, breathe in again, arms up and breathe out. Left hand to the left, right arm up and over. Stretch your right side. Breathe into your right ribs. You can look up or towards the front or towards the ground. Now bring your left hand back and take a back bend. Again, you can look up towards the sky or the ceiling, but I chose to look towards the side because that's more comfortable for my neck. Now come on back into a seated position on your knees and roll your shoulders a few times forwards and backwards. And we're gonna stretch the elbows. We'll warm up the elbows and warm up the wrists a little by rolling the wrists a few times. Now open and close your fingers and come into tabletop position. Spread your hands wide. Come into cow on a breath in and breathe out, cat pose. Inhale, look up, tailbone up. Exhale, round your back, look towards your navel. Inhale, carve a line up with your nose, tailbone up. Exhale, look back towards your navel. And come back to center. Now tuck your toes under you and lift your knees. We're really waking up our core here. I know it's hard. You can do it. Just a few more seconds. And release. Now come onto the tops of your feet. We're going to do the same thing again. It's going to be a really nice stretch for the top of your feet and your ankles. Lift your knees off the ground and just hold here, breathing. Now come back down. Move your hands a little bit forward and start to stretch back very, very slowly into your first down dog. So come into it with your knees very bent and slowly start to stretch one leg and the other, walking out your dog. Keep breathing through your nose. Try to touch one heel to the ground, then the other, or get that heel as close to the ground as it can get. Now look up and slowly walk to the front of the mat and fold forward. You can leave a bend in your knees if your legs haven't quite woken up yet. Mine weren't very flexible this morning. You can grab opposite elbows and just hang there. Now breathe in, look up halfway, and exhale, fold down. Look up, inhale, and exhale, fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down one more time. You can hold on to the backs of your legs to help bring yourself a little bit closer to your legs. Now very slowly, start to roll yourself up. Low back, middle back, upper back, and come into your Tadasana pose at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Back bend if you want. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop into Chaturanga. Oh, not yet. We're going to hold our plank for a few seconds. Keep breathing now. Exhale, Chaturanga to the floor. Now send your arms to your sides and start to lift your shoulders and your back using your back muscles. Now, still keeping those back muscles engaged, bring your arms to the mat into low cobra and come on down. On your next inhale, come into a slightly higher cobra, but keep that same back engagement. And come on down. Now push up into plank and come back into downward facing dog. You can either find stillness or walk your dog a little. Now get ready, we're going to jump through, so you might want to widen your hands a little bit. Now breathe in, stretch your arms up, and breathe out, fold forward and rock yourself all the way back into plow. So as you breathe in, you're going to go back to plow, and as you breathe out, you're going to fold forward into seated forward fold. So one more time, plow, breathe in, and seated forward fold, breathe out. Plow, breathe in, and now start to rock yourself back and forth, and we're going to come into chair pose. Now I was on a hill, so it was very difficult for me to push myself up. I used my hands. Feel free to use your hands if that's something you need or want to do. And come into chair pose. Don't let your knees go past your toes. Now lift your heels, send your arms back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And send your arms back to the front and back. Lifting your heels again. Now rock yourself all the way back and forward again into seated forward fold. Now take your right leg, bring it into half lotus. If that's not accessible for you, you can just fold it and bring it into your inner left thigh. So stretch forward. You're holding your right foot with your right hand. Again, if that's not accessible, just take a regular forward fold with one leg. That's perfectly fine too. And keep breathing here. Get ready, we're going to start to roll forward and back. So roll back, breathe in, and forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in, roll back, forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in, roll back, forward fold, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, roll back, breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, modified plow, breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, modified plow, breathe out. You can use your hands, push yourself up into a one-legged chair pose. Now my torso is quite a bit forward, so if you can, try and send your hips further back and send your butt a little bit lower. Now we're going to practice a handstand. So you're going to bring your right leg to rest on your arms and see if you can get that left leg off the floor. If your balance is really good, you can even try to straighten that left leg. Mine wasn't today. Now come back up into your one-legged chair. Bring your hands to heart center. And come all the way up, keeping your right leg off the ground and send it behind you to come into warrior 3. Set it down gently and come into high lunge. Stretch your arms up, smile, and come back into warrior. Oh, no, we're going to twist. So bring your hands to heart center, right elbow to left knee. You can open your arms up or even take a bind if you wish. Keep breathing here. Bring your hands back to heart center, untwist, send your arms up, and straighten your front leg. Breathe in and exhale, fold over it. Fold from your hips, not from your lower back. Now inhale, push yourself back up into warrior 3. Exhale, standing staff, arms up. Now slowly try to lower yourself down using the strength of your left leg. I had a little bit of trouble, but that's all right. Now you're in seated forward fold, but with the modification of wrapping your left arm around your left leg, binding or just holding on to your shirt if a bind is not accessible to you, and try and come as far forward as you can. Keep breathing through your nose. Now unwrap your bind or let go of your shirt, and we're going to twist. So bring your right elbow to your left knee. Again, you can bind if you wish. Keep your spine straight with each inhale. Find a little bit more length, and each exhale, twist a little deeper. Now twist on the other side just to counterbalance the pose. And come back into a seated staff pose. Now we're going to come into bound ankle pose. So breathe in, sit up straight, and breathe out. Start to fold forward. So in this first version, we're going to fold forward with a straight spine. Now we're going to come up once, and we're going to fold forward by curving our spine. Now breathe in, come back up, breathe out, release your legs. Stretch the right leg out in front of you, and now we're going to do all those moves on the left side. So come into half lotus, binding your left foot with your left hand if you can. If not, just bring your left foot to your right inner right thigh and fold forward. Keep breathing here. Keep your right foot flexed. And get ready to roll back and forth. So as you roll back, breathe in, and as you fold forward, exhale. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll forward. I had to move forward. I was hitting my shoes. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, push yourself up with the strength of your leg if you can, and come into your one-legged chair pose with your hands at heart center and your left leg still crossed over your right. Now we're going to try our arm balance on the other side. So bring your left leg onto your upper arms and see if you can get that right leg off the floor. If you can't, that's fine, no problem. Now come back up with your hands at heart center. Ideally try and keep your hips lower than mine are. And come all the way up, sending that left leg back and coming into warrior 3. Keep breathing here and come into a high lunge with your right leg in front, arms up, hands to heart center, twist to the right. You can open your arms up or take a bind. Try and keep that back leg straight and strong. Breathe. twist from above your hips. Come back to center, straighten your front leg, breathe in and breathe out, fold over your front leg. Try and fold with a straight spine as much as possible. Now get ready to push up into Warrior 3 again. Now bring your left leg to the front into standing staff. Get that leg as high as you can. And slowly use the strength of your right leg to come all the way down, keeping your left leg off the ground, which I unfortunately could not do today. Now wrap your right arm around your right leg. You can hold on to your shirt or clasp hands behind your back. And start to fold forward, keeping your left foot flexed. Now unwrap. And we're going to take a twist. So left elbow to right knee. You can either take a bind or not. With each inhale, find more length, and with each exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And come back to center and take a small counter twist. Remove leaves from your hands if you wish. And from your leggings. And roll back into shoulder stand. So make sure you don't move your head from side to side. If you want to look at what I'm doing in the video, stop and look at the video first before doing this pose. So try and now tap your left foot to the ground and then your right foot to the ground. And your left foot and your right foot. Now we're going to try tapping them to the side. So try and tap your left foot to the side, or as far as you can get it to the side, and your right foot to the side. And again, your left foot as far out to the side as you can get it, and your right foot as far out to the side as you can get it, although you can't see it very well in this video. And now we're going to come back into plow, interlacing your hands if you wish. Try and scoot those elbows under you. If this hurts your neck in any way, just don't do it. And now send your arms above your head to touch your toes. And untuck your toes and slowly, now this is a challenge, it's only if you want to try it. Try and come into shoulder stand with your arms above your head. If this is not accessible to you, you can just come into a normal shoulder stand. So this is quite a challenge. Now, again, another challenging pose, only if you wish. Come down into bridge. If you want to come into bridge by just rolling down and coming up into bridge, that's okay too. So support, we're going to come into supported bridge. So support your hips with your hands, and when you're ready, you can interlace your hands if you wish. And slowly roll yourself down onto your mat. We're now going to take a second bridge or wheel pose, so it's up to you. So if you're coming into wheel, first come up to the top of your head and then push all the way up. Try and keep your knees from opening too much. My knees naturally open up a little. As long as you don't feel any pain in your knees or in your neck, that's all right. Now slowly make your way down from your bridge or your wheel pose and hug your knees into your chest to relax your lower back. Keep breathing through your nose. You can rock a little from side to side to give your low back a nice massage. And now rock yourself back and forth. I had a root under me, so it's really hard to rock straight. And come again into chair pose. Try and get your hips as low as you can without letting your knees cross in front of your toes. This is to protect the knees. If this hurts your shoulders anyway, you can keep your arms a little lower or wider. Now exhale, fold forward. You can hold on to your legs to help yourself go a little deeper. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold one more time. Inhale into chair pose again, and exhale, roll yourself back into plow pose again. Now we're going to try a few more fun and challenging poses. Just do your best. There's no such thing as failure in yoga. As long as you're breathing, you're doing yoga. So now try and bring your knees close to your ears by bending your knees. You can interlace your hands or not. Personally, this feels really nice in my upper back. All right, now this is the big challenge. Come into lotus. If lotus isn't accessible to you, you can just cross your legs normally and bring your arms above your head. We are going to try and balance here. And if you can, bring your hands to your knees. I was really scared I was going to roll forward here. So keep breathing. If you fall out of it, no problem. It's a challenging pose, just smile. Now bring your knees towards you and just come into this little ball by wrapping your hands around your legs. Again, this is just optional. This is just a fun challenge. So if this isn't accessible for you, you can practice your plow. You can be in a headstand. You can take a child's pose. So we're slowly going to start to unravel, bringing your arms back beside your body. Keep your legs crossed or in lotus, and we're going to come into fish pose. So bring your hands under your bum or next to it and start to curve your back. Send your chest towards the sky. Send your shoulder blades together. Push into your elbows and let your head fall back if that feels good. If it doesn't, you can have your head on a block, or you can have a block under your back for supported fish. Now, straighten your legs, come into normal fish for a second, and then pull your knees in, rock back and forth. You did it. Relax your back. Just breathe. And we're going to roll one more time up into Upavista Konasana. Now open your legs up wide. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold forward. My hamstrings were quite tight today, so I couldn't go very far forward. But that's all right. You can sway from side to side if it feels good in your body. Now bring your right arm in front of your right leg and send your left arm over, stretching the whole side of your body, your left side. Now sweep that left arm around, bring in front of your left leg, right arm up, stretch the right side of your body. And look up if that's okay on your neck. One more time, sweep your right arm around, stretch the right side of your body, and one more time to the left. Now come on up. Use your hands to bring your knees back together. And slowly, holding on to behind your knees, roll yourself down using your core. Cross your right leg over your left leg and pull both legs into your chest for thread the needle. You can either hold on behind your left thigh or on your left shin. is a really nice hip stretch. I really love this pose. So relaxing. Now straighten your left leg and pull it further towards you, either holding onto your foot, your toe, your leg. Now bring your nose up as close to your leg as possible using your core. Release and release your leg back to the mat. Now cross your right leg over your left and twist. Your legs to the left, look over your right shoulder. You can also do this pose without twisting if the twist is a little too much for you. And breathe here. Come out of the twist, and we're going to do the other side. So cross your left leg over your right. Hold on behind your thigh or above your shin, and pull your legs into your chest. And just breathe. Feel your hip relaxing, opening up. And straighten your right leg. Hold on to your toe, your leg, your ankle, and pull that leg towards you. When you're ready, bring your nose up as close to the leg as possible. Using your core, and release your head. Release your leg. Cross that left leg over the right. Send your legs to the right. Look over your left shoulder. You can also take this twist without crossing your legs if the cross is a little too much for you, and just breathe here. Now slowly unwind. And we're just going to give our back a little massage. Bring your knees together. Roll them to one side and the other. You can also take a happy baby pose. Straightening one leg or the other if that feels good. You can also straighten both legs if that feels good. Bring your legs back down, nose to knees one last time, and get ready for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Now I know many people like to skip Shavasana if you're short on time, or sometimes it's difficult to just do nothing, but it's the most important pose. Just try taking Shavasana every day for a week and see how you feel. I guarantee you will feel so much more relaxed. Just try it. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Start to wiggle your toes, your arms. You can take a good morning stretch. Now turn onto your left or right side. Come into a fetal position. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up for yourself today. Now push yourself up and come into a seated position at the front of your mat. Either cross-legged or lotus, whatever feels good. Hands to heart center, breathe in, very deep, full breath, and exhale, bow down. Thank you for joining me today for this 30-minute fun, challenging, creative flow I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment telling me what you liked about this practice. And see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.